Do I need to hold it? Oh, I'm good. That's it? All right, thanks, guys.
No question. Coach, how balanced is this offense?
What's that?
How balanced is this offense heading into game day?
You know, it all depends on what you see on Saturday. I mean, it's set up to where you know, it's all calling it, you know, but it's set up to be balanced. So it all depends on what you see. You know, if you're running the football on people, then you know you stomp the mud out of a mud hole and you just keep doing it. You know, and so it's kind of hard. You know, you always get that question as a play caller or a coordinator. You know, are you guys 60-40? Well, we're whatever's working that day, but we're set up to be able to win games if we have to run it, and to be able to win games if we have to throw it.
Can you elaborate a little on Manny and kind of Nikhil and their relationship and how instrumental it's going to be?
Yeah, you know, and they've been doing this now for 3 seasons together. So, you know, I expect a lot from them. You see it out at practice. You know, Manny knows where to put the ball, kind of where his radius is, and that's the kind of stuff that you learn in the summers, you know, when they're out practicing together. That's why it's so important when you have returning starters and they go through summer and you throw the ball together, because they learn each other. A fade route to Nikhil is way different than it is to Frank Darby. I mean, it's a completely different throw, and that's all relationship.
Even though Coach Cabral had 3 different offensive line coaches the last few years,
right.
It seems like there's consensus almost among all of them that he's probably a better center than he is a tackle. What have you seen specifically that makes him a center?
Yeah, you know, I believe that too. He's really smart, and so his ability to identify defenses and get the guys blocking the right guys in the combinations in the zone and the pass protections and get all that squared away. So, you know, you want to use his intelligence. He's really skilled at, you know, holding the ball. And, you know, him and Manny have a great, like, one of the best I've ever seen relationship on, you know, holding the ball, trying not to let the defense pick up on our snap count and doing things like that. And it sounds a lot easier than it is. It really is. You'd be amazed. You'd be amazed. You ask a college team to go on 2, what'll happen? We'll jump off sides more than they do, you know, until you work on it a billion times, you know. And so, but he's pretty amazing. And then another thing is, you know, he moved over there. And, you know, whenever you move somebody to center, you're expecting bad snaps. But, you know, all of his snaps are really good, you know, and so haven't really had that worry, you know. And so that's what I think makes him a really good – he's kind of like he's got a spider sense, you know, at center than he does at offensive tackle.
Where would you assess your offense at this point?
You know, we're getting better. I'm a little – mad today, but we did a few things that weren't detail oriented, but you know, I think we're coming along pretty good. You know, we go out there on Tuesdays and we'll try a couple new things, little things here and there, but when we run our base stuff and everybody lines up, they know where to go, what to do, and they've done it a million times, they can operate pretty well.
There's been so much uncertainty and turnover with this program the last few years. Can you describe what has allowed Manny to remain successful and remain to be a steadying force through all of that? Just kind of who he is as a player and as a person.
Right. You know, the way the game is set up today in college football is kind of sad. You know, kids they don't know if their coaches are going to be here. Coaches don't know if they're going to be here. Nobody knows who's going to be here. You guys don't know. We don't know. And so you'd like to move your family somewhere and say, hey, we're going to be here for 3 years, but you don't know that. And so it's just so different than when I got into this business. The thing that, to answer your question, is I think Manny understands that, and he doesn't take it personal, and that he understands it's a business, and whoever's coaching him, you know, it's sad to say he's learned to, okay, here's this next guy. No, I got a job I got to do. And I think the kids see that, and I think the way Manny has handled the transition to, I mean, it's unheard of for him to have 4 different coaches. Like, wow, you know. That'd be like me having 4 different quarterbacks 4 years in a row. I wouldn't like that, you know. But I just think the way that he has kind of gotten immune to it a little bit, and he goes out there and it's not personal, and it's business.
And speaking to this year, can you describe what attributes he has as a player that you think sets him up for success in this offense?
Yeah, he's mobile. He can make plays with his feet. So I mean, you can do quarterback runs, you can do zone read, but then again, he throws the ball like a pocket passer. He has that type of arm and he has that type of accuracy, and that was the big thing that I wanted to help him with a little bit. Was what happens when you're a quarterback and you get all these different guys coming in. They're on their first year of teaching you scheme, and you don't really get to the technique part of playing quarterback with your feet and all of that stuff. And so that was the one thing I wanted Manny to get better at. That's why I didn't want to have a lot of offense. I just wanted him to get better in the pocket. I think he got hit early last year a lot, and he kind of took off a little bit early. And I wanted him to be a better pocket passer.
Rich, how are you feeling about your pass protection overall?
Good. Yeah, I do. You know, you watch in the NFL, heck, the NFL guys can't 6-man pro hardly anymore. I mean, it's hard. You know, and then you're asking college students to do it. So, you know, you kind of try to help them out with quick game, RPOs, max pro, stuff like that. You try to limit the times that, you know, 5 guys are protecting their 4 or 5 guys, you know.
Traylon was out there today. Is he going to be able to play this game?
You have to ask Coach Edwards about that. That's his question to answer.
Back to Manny, what are your expectations for him this year? Having gone through 3 years now.
You know, I don't want him to overthink things, and I don't want him to. And matter of fact, it's a great question. It's ironic because I spoke to the whole offense today, and I told them, number one, you're never going to live up to the expectations of the media, of the fans. You're not going to. You never do. All right, so just quit listening to everything. Just be a quarterback and manage the game. And just when it's this, do this. When it's that, do that. Don't overthink it. You don't have to be Superman. You don't. I know you're returning, and everybody's in your ear telling you you're the returning guy in the pack. You don't have to be Superman. You don't have to do that. And if you try to do that, it's not probably going to be good, because you know, just go in there and manage the game, and whatever's open, throw it. You don't have to make things up. I think that, you know, the scheme of the offense is set to where, okay, that's closed off, then just do this, and we'll live to see another day. You don't have to force things. So that's what I'm looking for him. And then, you know, as we get through the season, you know, obviously you'd like to see the offense grow, but in this first game, I'd just like to see him manage the game.
Coach, Kurt Walding's gotten a lot of the second team reps lately. What about his fall performance that stood out most to you?
You know, I just think his accuracy is good, and that his calmness in the pocket. And I haven't seen him. He's made one just poor throw all camp that I saw. I was like, oh man, that wasn't smart. And usually, you know, with a new guy, you get 20 of those, you know. And so just seeing that, and his ability to, you know, if something happens and you know, we got to play a backup second or third team quarterback, those guys got to come in. They got to manage the game, and they certainly don't need to force anything and make, you know, crazy decisions. They just need to do what's open, man. And you know, that's what he does all the time, and that's why I like him.
When you look at the Texas San Antonio defense, obviously they're very strong up front.
Yep.
Specific. What kind of challenge they present? Did they remind you of any fronts that you saw last year?
Yeah, you know, it's going to be completely different than what we've seen in camp. Our guys move around a lot, and these guys are just going to just try to push you around, you know, and they're huge, and there's a lot of 3-year returning starters out there, which means they got a lot of experience. They've read plays, they've read zone read, they've read this, they've read that. I mean, the linebackers have all of those visions in their mind, burned in their memory banks, and they're going to react quick to the plays that we have. And so that's because they don't do a lot, and that's why they're good. And that front six they're really good, and they just kind of keep that core front six. They move the secondary around to kind of, you know, give you some problems here and there, but most of the time that front six is intact, and they do the same thing every play, and they're really good at it. So it's going to be a tremendous challenge for our offensive line. I think they're going to be surprised how strong they are in that first drive when they come off the ball, and we better be lower than them. I know that.
Andy was talking about how few people on his side of the ball would actually play D1 football.
Right.
Your side's like the opposite. Does that give you a comfort level to have guys with the level of experience?
Yes, absolutely. Because I was on the sideline with N'Keal Harry. I know how he's going to be in a game. And so I already know what to expect out of him. Manny, same thing. Cole Cabral, all those guys, and Casey, even though I wasn't with him, he's been in big games. He's not going to freak out like his coaches, like we say. And we got some other guys. I don't know what they're going to be doing. A couple dudes, but most of our guys have played. They were here last year. They're not going to panic, and I think they're going to react really well.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.